How modular renewables can reduce the cost of relying on carbon capture. The world is gearing up for COP29 in Baku, a pivotal event as countries prepare to submit their updated nationally determined contributions (NDCs) under the Paris Agreement. These plans are essential for outlining each nation's commitment to combating climate change. Last year's COP28 in Dubai made history by being the first to explicitly commit to transitioning away from fossil fuels. Despite the success, current index fall short of the needed ambition to triple renewable energy capacity by 2030. The upcoming COP29 has an added challenge as it's hosted by a petrostate, making agreements on fossil fuel reduction even more crucial. The influence of oil-producing nations and lobbying efforts threaten to undermine these critical discussions. During COP28, OPEC urged its members to resist initiatives targeting fossil fuels. This highlights the ongoing tension between nations' climate goals and the interests of major oil producers who control a significant portion of global reserves. Fossil fuel companies facing declining costs of renewables are increasingly relying on carbon capture and storage (CCS) technologies. These methods allow continued fossil fuel use while attempting to reduce emissions. A central issue is the definition of abated versus unabated fossil fuels. While COP28 address this, the term unabated remains somewhat undefined, complicating to uniformly regulate emissions across different fuel types. Downstream emissions from vehicles and machinery represent a significant portion of total emissions. However, integrating CCS into these systems poses logistical challenges, especially since many CC systems for cars are not feasible CCs, and engineered carbon removals present high costs. Research indicates that a high CCS pathway to net zero by 2050 could be significantly more expensive than a pathway focused on renewables, potentially adding $30 trillion to cost. The cost reductions in solar, wind, and battery technologies contrast sharply with the stable costs of CCS over the past 50 years. Solar technology alone has seen a 90% cost reduction in the last decade, driven by its modular nature. The modularity of renewables allows for rapid scalability and cost improvements. This contrasts with the fixed nature of CCs and the large-scale infrastructure of oil and nuclear facilities, which do not share the same cost reduction benefits. Solar manufacturing exemplifies how modularity drives efficiency and cost reductions, with billions of solar cells produced annually mainly in China. Economies of scale and technological advancements have transformed the industry. Battery technology, integral to renewable energy storage, has similarly benefited from modular advancements. The cost of lithium-ion batteries has continued to decrease, making them increasingly viable for widespread use. Modular technologies are likely to be the front runners in future energy solutions. Supporting these technologies selectively can drive down costs and accelerate the energy transition. Unlike the static large-scale nature of traditional energy infrastructure, comparatively, the deployment of CCS technology is limited by the number of fossil fuel assets. Nuclear power, with only 440 operating stations, also lacks the scalability of renewables and remains costly and time-consuming. To build the future of energy lies in modular solutions that can be rapidly deployed and improved. Emphasizing these technologies could significantly reduce dependence on expensive and less flexible methods like CCs. In conclusion, modular renewables offer a cost-effective path to decarbonization, challenging the viability of CCS and other fossil fuel-dependent solutions. Prioritizing these technologies will be crucial in meeting global climate goals efficiently.